What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with skampletten. Castle level is a 20. I'm going to try to get through it with my knight. So one level over shouldn't be too much of a problem. I might die though. We'll see. Okay, well first of all, there's a severe lack of support for this guy. You don't want to use elites without support, because I mean they're your main damage dealers, your main tanks. You really want to make the best use of them by, adding some support to it, like a bone puppeteer or a bad dog, and then put, a snotter out in front so that it scouts for the what do you call it there? The poundmore, the beat poundmore, so that the person can't initiate on it with whatever they want to, like a headshot or with me a lashing flames or anything like that. Alright, I should probably actually go after the Dr. Skull so that this doesn't take forever. Dr. Skulls are going to start to lose effectiveness for you in like a level or two, probably around now actually. They're already starting to lose a little effectiveness. This is a good group though. This has good support, and the only thing that I can engage right straight off would be the bad dog. Now I did decide to try to lashing flames the Defendatron through, but an archer wouldn't even be able to do that. They'd have to volley, which would get the attack speed off like you want it to. Alright, so this group I don't know if it's ever really going to work for you, only because you see it coming from a mile away. It's not really a bad group though. It has enough tankiness that it's not too bad. So, and actually I'm letting it hit me, which means I'm already using 2 potions in 2 rooms. I'm probably going to die a couple times in this castle. I mean, good placement on your trap. It's making me take a lot of needless damage. I probably should have done this on my archer, but I didn't want to be too far leveled over. Alright, I'm just gonna hurt that guy. Yeah, I just don't have enough DPS to take out level 20 mobs without, with heals. So I mean, you can see how these things change based on warrior and archer. My archer has so much more DPS than my warrior that I'm trying to do tactics that I'm used to using with my archer, and it's just not working because my warrior just doesn't have enough DPS. I should be using my healing strike a lot more. Alright, I'm gonna use another potion. So I mean, all these Stairmaster pulls, it's really hard to make them work these days because of how camera rotation is. You can expect this hook to come from miles away, so there's generally no hope of actually hitting it. So outside of the person just standing there and letting the eyeballs hit you, it's really never going to be effective. It's just kind of another useless unit at the moment. Later on, when the other specialization starts to actually scale up, at like level 28 or whatever, I don't know why I just engaged 2 at once. I'm not really paying attention to this castle. But yeah, once you get up to like level 28, they start to get a little bit more effectiveness again. Alright, well, it's over. I'm gonna die a couple of times going through this. My knight's just not OP enough. But I'll try to just talk about, the rooms as they come up. Like I'm saying, these Stairmasters probably aren't doing the best job for you. Yes, they've done a lot of damage to me, but I don't think people are really able to attack castles higher than them and get through anymore. I mean, my archer can barely do it, and he's just like the most OP gear in the world, so. And I can do maybe up to level 26. Alright, so we have a Mittens. The problem with Mittens is you'll notice, like, I got hit by maybe 2 archer shots, and that's it. And so, does that attack speed really, really help you the way you want it to, you know? You have to ask yourself that question, because for 10 points, you could have 2 more archers. You're probably going to hit me more with 1 Cyclops and 3 archers than you're going to hit me with 1 Mittens, 1 archer, and 1 Cyclops. So generally speaking, I don't think Mittens is worth it just for attack speed. His overall stats are pretty weak for a unit himself. I actually like this group quite a bit. I haven't ever seen it. I don't think I've seen it before. Maybe not, at least on this specialization. But the fact that you have this Scorpio and this IMAX working together like this is actually pretty interesting. It doesn't quite have the same DPS of, say, you know, the 4 Stairmasters pulled by a Hungerbot that we saw last patch before camera rotation came into effect, but it's a neat way to make use of the IMAX. You know, if I get pulled from far enough away, I'll probably get hit by 3 or so eyeballs, and that does reasonable amounts of damage. So maybe if I used my potion back there, since I still have one, I might have been able to get through this without dying. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good castle. It has a reasonably high DPS, at least against a knight. Against an archer, I could see you having a little bit more trouble, because a lot of the damage came from those Stairmasters that I accidentally let hit me, which will happen from time to time against knights. But against archers, it's too easy to avoid them. So we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2 we have Jutto, castle level 24. Scorpio coming around. I can actually kill off this Mega Mutton before the Scorpio really gets here, I think. Which will give me a little extra time. That was close, though. Oh, the Scorpio's actually being defended, okay. Alright, so that took me a little bit of time, but at least it was 2 groups, so I should be still in a pretty good spot. That was actually close. That was the first springboard trap that I was actually in risk of for this entire patch. I've never been in risk of hitting a springboard trap until now. So the reason why that worked is because the way that camera rotation works is when I was coming up here, normally I can see everything, but you can tell that this wall doesn't disappear until after this is already aggroed. So I was to this point, I saw it, and I rolled out of the way. I could see that hitting a lot more people than just me. Now I'm guessing, if I go back to this and look again, let's see how this works if I'm like over here. See, if you hug this outer wall, you can barely see it. But if you hug the inner wall, you won't see it for a little bit longer. That's a pretty well set up trap though, I have to say. I'd be interested if you want to give a post on one of my videos or something to let me know how often that hits someone, because I could see that being pretty good. This one obviously is not so much. It's pulling around a wall, so it makes it a lot more difficult for it to actually hit. And then you have this Pete Poundmore, who is a little bit in a position where he's easily headshotted, which can, you know, chunk out at least a third of his life. Alright, there's a Snotter still alive back here, but he got stuck. Which would have actually kept the doors locked. I thought he was going to come, like I saw him back there, and I thought he was just going to follow me so I could kill him, you know, after I explored the next room or something. Alright, so another one of these. This one was a little more obvious. Even though I couldn't, like, necessarily see it. although it almost hit me the second time. But yeah, even though I couldn't necessarily see it, it's kind of an obvious one when there's a choke like this. Alright. So yeah, I mean, you're using camera rotation pretty well here. One of the best that I've seen, I guess. With the way that you had that guy flanking from the bottom of the screen, it's pretty good. The only thing is, like, you're surrounded by snotters at that point, so you kind of know something's up. Yeah, or at least if you're, you know, thinking and are noticing those type of things. I can definitely see people not noticing that, though. Same as here, like, I know something's coming from this side. It's interesting, though. Okay, somehow that guy just randomly just like, died. The Defendatron died to one volley. I guess because it's level 22. But you noticed I actually got hit by the acid traps, and it did quite a bit of damage to me, the Jimbo did. Alright, and level 22 Mega Muttons aren't that scary. Alright. That one I'm not sure. I think your initiation on this pull, your snotter, and like where your aggro circle is a little bit too close to a corner. Because when I aggro something right around this corner, I'm obviously just going to duck right back behind there. So I'm not sure if you want it to be, you know, farther down the hallway or something. Although, I think this room is like a double entrance, so that won't really work. This one's a bit better, though. Although I could have probably just ducked behind there. I chose not to. So I got hit by the Cyclops. I can see how you want it to work, though. And right there you noticed how I got hit by, I think, all 3 arrows. Because it was so close of a distance. So it kind of works well for you if that's the case. That's interesting. You have a... I'm not actually sure how you set that up, to be honest. Huh. Maybe you went all the way around? You had like a snotter over here, and then you hooked it through the wall or something? I'm not 100% sure. Pretty neat, though. Alright, and then the boss room. Oh, that hit me. I might die. If I landed in the fire, I probably would have died. I thought that headshot was going to kill it. I was a little greedy, I guess. But yeah, the boss room is pretty standard. It's just a little bit of support for 2 Mega Muttons. And then you have these things just to, you know, give that extra, oh, I got hit by this and then I get charged into the fire or something. Or just land into the fire off of the mousetrap or whatever. Adds a little bit of possible, you know, possible deaths, I guess, to your boss room. So that's good. I liked your castle. It was pretty good all around. Maybe a couple of your Stairmaster pulls are a little bit easy to dodge, but a couple of them are actually pretty difficult, which is something I haven't really seen, you know, up to this point for this patch. So pretty good job. We will jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, for number 3, Sareht. I did him like 2 or 3 days ago, but I apparently didn't get the correct castle when I went through. It was a different version. So his castle level is a 32. I'm going to be level 28. I'm probably not going to make it through. It's not going to be an enjoyable experience for me. We're just going to kind of get it over with. Because 4 levels is just so difficult. So I probably won't be able to say much, but I guess the replay will be beneficial. Alright, so it's a very standard group that I'm facing here. Just difficult, because they're all level 32, but I made it through. You know, these Cyclopses can be used as just a straight-up unit when you get up to this level, as soon as they become blue. I don't think you can actually stand in between these when they're, you know, this specific spacing. I'm not sure if I can get all the way over to this corner over here and not get hit. It looks like I can. Then I can just throw a volley up. And there is a hunger bot, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. Alright. And then there's one over here, I'm guessing, because I remember this a little bit. I almost got knocked into this group, so that's pretty cool. And I didn't dodge that, which sucks. Let's use my first potion. Alright, so yeah, there should be, yeah, some creatures over here that you can skip. I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially for level 32s right now. From what I understand, a good level 32 castle is pretty much unbeatable, based on the timer. It's just not possible. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what I think most people in the forums are saying. Which probably, at least with the current gear, is the case. I know some people who have like 1200 DPS at level 32. And a lot of them have quit since then, because they've gotten all of their gears, you know, from before. And maybe they could be able to do it, I don't know. But for the last, you know, 2 months or so, the drops have been quote-unquote buggy. I don't know if they're actually buggy or if that's just how they want it to be. And that, plus the removal of dirt farms, has probably made finding gear almost impossible, I'm assuming. Kind of why I haven't leveled up my my hero in a very long time. Alright, it doesn't look like there's any health globes down there. Just one up here. Just trying to get as far as I can without dying. Alright, so a Defendatron and IMAX. Pretty sure I'm going past the IMAX into this room. It's easier for me to engage this out here. But I did hit that derp, and it looks like I pulled something else, maybe? So far I don't see anything. I guess these snotters were with this group? 14, no, it was just a different group. If you had things linked to the snotter, it would make it a lot harder for me to fight in this room without engaging 2 groups. If you had something, you know, because these are kind of fake snotters, it seems like. Alright. Had to use another potion for that. And this sort of thing here, I remember this from previously. You know, just the way that you kind of want to get through this. Most people are going to go up past this spike trap and just kind of hug this top side. I just got hit by that like 3 times for no reason, which took like a third of my life, but it's okay. It does kind of force me to go back over it though. I mean, that's one good thing. But generally these guys shouldn't do any damage. Unfortunately they didn't drop any health globes either. Yep, I got hit by that. It was a level 7. I'm not used to the speed of level 7s. You can notice how much quicker level 7 is even compared to level 4. It's kind of crazy. I'm not sure how they're going to handle tiering past this level. Like, I don't know if they've thought about it. Because how much faster can you go on a Hunger Bot, you know? Like, this is only level 28, and if, you know, the projected level cap is somewhere around the 30 range, they have quite a few more tiers to go past, so I'm not really sure what they're going to do. I guess they'll maybe add something like you have, I'm gonna die again. Like you have... I don't know what I was gonna say. There's like creatures that have 2 different things, you know? Like, I think battering rams gain charge or something, and then they also gain the fire, or something like that. I think there's creatures that have 2 different things that are unlocked at different tiers. Guess I'm not 100% on that, though. But like a Cyclops, where on the charge specialization they have that, just having charge, and then at level 4 they gain a stun. So it gains kind of 2 utility, I guess. Maybe they're going to do something like that. Oh, and then there's Explodifier as well. You should definitely, well, I'm not sure where this guy actually came from. So I was gonna say you want to have another group if you can inside of this room, because I'm able to get up on top of him. But he might have came from, you know, who knows how far away. Since I fought that entire group and he only made it up to this point. Alright, well I'm in like death mode now. I have to revive whenever I get low life. Five battering rams seems weird, but I'm guessing at level 30, when they have fire behind them, they're probably pretty good. And they also do like 400 damage just normal to me, so... But like, that's a bunch of space control, and I'm guessing if I step foot in that fire once, I'm dead. I'm guessing Explodifiers? I don't know what's coming with this. Yeah. One of the Mr. Bomb Bomb, Mr. Boom Boom, whatever they are. I'll probably have to wait farther back than this for him to actually come to me, but we'll see. I should time how long it actually takes for one of these guys to come out of hiding. It takes ridiculous amounts of time. I'm serious, you guys can go crazy with these bomb things, and they're like, in my opinion, more exploity than like, you know, other units. Like, I don't see how you can ever get through a castle like this with the timers the way they are without like pulling multiple groups. Which, that being said, I mean, when I'm level 30 it might be a little bit easier to actually pull 2 groups. But right now, I mean, I've been standing here for over a minute, maybe a minute and a half. If you put one of those in every single room, that's a minute just for one group. It's insane. Alright, well, I'm not going to wait anymore. If he hasn't came out from this point, I'll just go in and die a couple of times and he'll die eventually. Or maybe I'll just like run to the end to see what you have, and then just exit the level. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's already been going for 10 minutes, I don't want to... Well, it's the boss room anyway, okay. And then I've seen this boss room before, I liked it. It was pretty good. You know, these mines keep you from moving around, and then this IMAX just throws that thing. It's really good space control. Alright, I'm gonna let myself die. Good castle, I can't get through it. Maybe when I'm level 30 I'll give it another try. So with that, we'll end the video here. If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. Comment on my castle or comment on my any of my videos. Give me your in-game name and I will get to your castle whenever I have time. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.